First of all, don't be dunking your hands in pickles if you don't live alone. I did not mean to do that. He did that. I've not looked at them. I promise I did not open up the box. Like, okay, so he thought it was something for him. And as soon as I sliced it and I saw it was Hunter, I knew it was for me. And then I was like, oh my God, I feel so guilty. Tell Daddy that I didn't open up the box. I feel so guilty though. And I was like, oh my God, he probably wants to surprise me. You want to come here?
Yeah.
Nathan just got home from work. And then I saw this. And then I was like, okay, so in this, Nathan's ordering Hunters for himself.
Not my style.
And then I kind of like felt bad because I opened the box. But as soon as I saw this sign, I was like, oh no, I've ruined it. These are just like the little booties. They're just so utilitarian because I needed more shoes. Hello? Who's spoiled? Oh, yeah, I thought so. Okay, bye. Come dine with me, come dine away. Actually, it's not come dine with me, it'd be come cook with me. So it's Sunday. I've not been to the grocery store. So we're gonna try and do some cooking today with things that I just have laying around. It is 2:39. I don't really have anything defrosted. I don't have my life together, which is usual. I have about 12 avocados that are gonna go bad, but I don't really want to eat them. Disclaimer, I'm not a chef. I'm not a health nut. I don't actually eat that good when I do eat, but we're gonna cook together. We're gonna see what we can come up with what we've got. I know we've got coconut milk, I know we've got chicken. What can we make? Maybe, let me see if I have any Thai curry. Thai curry paste. Let me take a look. I've noticed that Google is like the most amazing thing. Right, so what you can do is you type in the ingredients you have and then it will come up with an idea for you. I think I might make some hot tea. This is what we've got so far. And I got chicken in the fridge. It's still a little frozen. Okay. So, in the kitchen today with moi, we are going to go on a tour to Thailand. If anybody watches this and actually does know, like really how to cook Thai food and or is from Thailand, again, not that anybody watches my videos, I apologize if I butcher it, but like I say, I've not been to the grocery store in forever. The only thing I've really got that I'm okay at making is guacamole. I have like 12 avocados that are going to go bad, but if I eat another avocado this week, I'm literally going to, maybe I'll turn into one. Anyway, so we're going to make chicken Thai coconut soup. I'm actually quite excited about this. I don't have all the ingredients, but we are going to, we'll just improvise. We're going to improvise and we're going to see what we can come up with, as long as it tastes good in the end. The most important ingredient is going to be this. I think this comes in a yellow and it also comes in a green. I think I always get the red after testing out the other ones, just because it's just tasty. We have to put our hair up because we don't want long ginger hairs in our soup. I had to have a little outfit change because I don't want to get that cashmere top all stained. So always get into comfy clothes when you cook. And also have one of these on hand for the nerves. Let's pour. Right. I think I can do this off the top of my head without looking. Chin chin. Let's get cooking. The first thing we need to do is get stock. It's tasty. We've already hit a bump in the road. because I don't have the stock we need. But it's okay, I have stock. I mean, it's just salt and MSG at this point we need. I need to swing it around. I'm not quite sure how many pints or cups of stock we're gonna need. We need 1 can of coconut and 1 can of chicken. We've got 14 ounces. And I'm like, I'm gonna see if I can do this from memory. I'm like 2 seconds in and I'm like, what's going on? That just doesn't seem like a lot for soup. We're gonna double up. I want it soupy. And I looked at the ingredient list and I looked at all the like fluid amounts we need, and it just doesn't seem like it's gonna be soupy enough. So I used one of the soya bouillons, and that's only going to make like just a little over a cup of the broth. So I decided I'm actually going to put one of these in, and I'm going to double the amount, and I'm also going to double the amount of coconut milk. So what we're going to do, we're going to pour this in, and we're going to make, let's make 3. Let's make 4. Let's make 4 cups. We are going to let that do its thing. It's going to dissolve. Do you love the fact I'm like talking like a cook? Like it's going to dissolve. I have no idea what I'm doing really. Let's give this a stir. Get all that. And we're just going to set that aside and kind of forget about it. Whoa, there's a big chunk in there. That absolutely needs to dissolve. Okay, reason why I love Asian food so much is because everybody knows by now, I am really allergic to dairy. And what's so easy about this like kind of cuisine is that it's so safe for me to eat, because there's no butter involved, it's all coconut, it's all like oil, it's all like there's no like of that milk protein that can make me really ill. A dairy allergy is really different than a dairy intolerance. So in a dairy intolerance, like you can eat it and it can give you a bad tummy, it can just like make you like, I don't know, like shit yourself, I don't know, right? So that's like a dairy intolerance, like lactose intolerance. So a dairy allergy doesn't do that. A dairy allergy can actually send you into anaphylactic shock, which is not fun. So I'm one of those people that have to like carry the EpiPen. It's really difficult for me to eat out. Going to an Italian place, which is like it was my favorite food. I loved Italian food. Can't do it. I have to eat like a lot of whole foods, so you really have to be careful when you are dealing with like food allergies. It's just like a peanut allergy. It can make you like short of breath. It brings me out in hives. It's not nice. Like it's not a nice feeling. So I just find it safer to stick with cuisines that don't naturally tend to use products from an udder. It's like more plant-based. This is a trick for anybody watching this that actually has an allergy, or maybe they are just intolerant to dairy products. This is what I've learned. If you do go out to eat, order off the vegan menu, and don't be shy to say, add grilled chicken to that. Don't get steak out, because the reason why steak tastes so good when you're out is because they put so much butter on it, and that's what makes it taste good. Like they will coat it with the butter. So if you stick to like a grilled chicken or a grilled shrimp, so do not baste it, like do not strip butter on it. So order a vegan, and if you need like meat, a protein, if you don't want to do the tofu, if you don't want to do just like strictly vegan, you can always add, like grilled chicken's probably going to be your safest. I know that there are, even when I'm out like, and I want like a hot dog or something, unless I can read that ingredients of what's on the what's in the hot dog, I'm probably not going to be able to eat it, because most of that processed crappy meat, it will have something that preserves it, that will be milk based, and it's dangerous. So I prefer not to do that. Let's crack on. Now that my spiel's over, let's crack on. Okay, so times are rough in this household and we are running out of ingredients fast. So the first thing we're gonna do is, actually, I'm going to get a big bowl and we're definitely gonna be putting some onion in there. I don't have any white onion, I only have red. And I ate a little bit of a salad yesterday, which is so healthy. I don't think I'm going to cut things up so tiny. I think that white onions would be better, but again, I don't think it matters when you're cooking with really strong flavors like curry paste. I'm just going to roughly shook these up. And I'm thinking, I have this left over too from the salad. Again, I don't think it's gonna hurt. And I want to use it as opposed to waste it. I'm just gonna pop that in there. What else is gonna have to be chopped? Should we put sweet potato in it? Yes. Yes, we should. I don't know why the sweet potato is in a plastic wrap. If I make anybody nervous with my knife decisions, I apologize. Sometimes I make myself nervous. This is the most cleanest. Maybe it was wrapped because I don't have to peel it. Yeah, it was ready to go. Apparently they wrap it like that and they clean it like that, and then you can put it straight in the microwave. Oh! Uh-oh. I don't understand why you would microwave a sweet potato. So I just had to wipe the floor up because I sweet potatoed all over it, which is better than peeing on it. Anyway, why would you put a sweet potato in the microwave? And you can put olive oil all over it. And some salt and pepper. And it's all crunchy and delicious. In my opinion, don't microwave your potatoes. Like, if you're gonna eat good. Oh, we're gonna put some mushrooms in there. Only because I think they're gonna go bad. And why not? Again, this is our take on it, so we can do whatever we want. I'm gonna see how my broth is doing. This is such a shit mix broth. I mean, it smells like broth. So I'm not going to show cutting up the chicken because that might gross some people out, but I'm going to use this massive pot to cook in, so I have that ready. So I'm going to go cut the chicken now. Okay, so I cut all the chicken and it's in here. We are going to drizzle it in a whole bunch of oil. You can use whatever oil you want, I'm assuming, and I'm gonna flame it. We're gonna put it on medium, and then we need garlic. I'm almost running out of garlic. Just scrape all the garlic out of it. Never be scared to use garlic. Then I love a spicy moment. I'm not scared. Well, if you watch my other video, you'll see that I can be scared of spice, but usually I'm not. So we're going to just pour that in there. Might add some other things in there to get it spicy. Spice in your love. We're going to wait till that starts sizzling a little bit. Then we're going to get some, oh, it smells so good. I'm going to get 2 grapes. See that? Bam. I think that just get a little bit more. Next thing, ginger. I ain't got time to be grating ginger. I'm moving you. I do not have time to be grating ginger, so I use this lemongrass. Lemongrass comes in these long strands, and if you're not used to cooking with them, if you want to use them for the flavor, I would suggest tying them into a bundle so they don't get lost in your food. One day I'm gonna learn how to use a tripod and the world's gonna be mine. I'll be unstoppable. I do love a little bit of ginger. So let's squidge some of that in. Beep. I'm not measuring anything. Let's see if it's gonna taste good or it's not. Put some of that in. I honestly love this lemongrass stuff because, like I say, it's better than having to pick out a bundle, and it's also better than losing the tie on the bundle and then having to pick straw, because that's what it's like. It's like baked straw. It's not a cute moment. I'm gonna tilt you over so you can see what's going on. Vegans don't look. We are gonna put some, let's put the sweet potatoes in next. Oh, I forgot there was a little tomato left over. Get everything covered. You know what I love? Crushed red pepper. I think that's probably, I've not got time either to get it through the little spouts. I literally just tip it in the cup, and that looks about right. Well, tip it in the vat, not the cup. I find the key to cooking for me, so it's not so stressful at the end, is to clean up as I go along. Okay, that's doing great. I'm gonna add these. Done. I think I might have put too much chicken in here. I think I might have made too much broth. There's a lot of I mights. We don't know how this is going to go right now. I'm going to let this sit for a little bit and just let all the chicken and the sweet potato just marinate in the Thai curry sauce shit mix that I've made. And I also think what I'm going to do, I don't have any like fresh vegetables in regards to like peppers and stuff like that, but I do have a frozen bag, and I might just throw that in just to add some extra nutrients. Usually I would do fresh. I think this is going good that I can put this bit in here. Yes. I think I can put this in here. That's fine. I hate making a mess. This is why I get stressed out with cooking. Like I never want my kitchen to look like people live here. Coconut. I think I'm gonna go with 2. I want it to be creamy. It's cold out. I want it to be creamy and good. Pepper. I'm going to put so much of this in. It's just, I think it's like a black pepper medley. We do not need any salt in this because of how much bouillon we use. I'm not a big fan of cooking with salt either. So graceful in the kitchen. I'm gonna let this come to a roaring bubble. Sorry about the dishwasher and the planes. This place is like nuts, the plane. I started this at 2 something and it's now 4:41. This is what we're looking for. We're looking for that oil. Looking for that heat. I'm waiting for a soup like you. Okay, so this is like pretty good boiling. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn this off. Beep. And we'll put a little lid on it. I'm gonna get something to protect my phalanges. We're gonna move it over here. Oh, look at the mess we made. And I'm just gonna put it on low. I'm just gonna let it kind of do its thing and cook. Everything in me wants to get in there and clean that, and I know I can't because I don't want burns. In the meantime, and in between time, maybe we can have a chat. I gotta go take the recycling out. I'm done with like the majority of the cooking, and I needed to take my hair down, but I can do that now because we're not chopping and cooking. I'm gonna check on it. My hair is quite heavy, and I can get like it gives me headaches if I have it tied up so long. It's not really looking how it should look. I don't know why. I'm nervous. I'm thinking to myself if I should make some Thai tea or if I should just stick to beer. I'm not quite sure if it's time to add the mushrooms and the frozen veg. I'm still not sure. This does not taste good. I'm gonna be so embarrassed. I put the mushrooms in here because I already took the recycling out, and the mushrooms came in a plastic little tub. Why they won't put them in a little box or something. Okay, mushrooms are in. Asian stir fry. Okay, I'm just gonna dump it in here and we're just gonna see what happens. At this point, because I put in the mushrooms should absorb some of the something. But at this point, this pot is at max. And once we put the frozen Asian stir fry blend in, which I wouldn't suggest, I actually would suggest getting out the house and going to buy broccoli if it wasn't a Sunday and it wasn't going to be packed. Drinks of that in the grocery store. I would suggest using real. Oh my goodness, it's a solid block. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, this pot is at the max. There is no more going in here. How many people am I cooking for? Put it back on the burner. I wonder if this is cool enough for me to try and get in there and clean it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to calm down. It's just a little mess when we're cooking, which is completely fine. It's completely fine. We don't have to be compulsive about everything, Sarah. Stop. I'm going to let that simmer until it's ready to be eaten. But before it's eaten, I'm going to let it like really boil and get hot, hot, hot. So when I serve it in the bowls, it will be piping hot. So I actually would usually eat this with some kind of a noodle or a rice, but I'm not going to today because it is a soup. But I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't make something with a noodle or rice because I got something to show you. Hold on. This is actually the best thing that's happened to me this week. So, you know how like you have a knife and fork and spoon drawer, and you might like have an ice cream scooper and some tongs in there. I have a drawer too, and my drawer is knife, fork, spoons, and all different kinds of, like a multitude of different kinds of chopsticks. And I was like, oh man, like sometimes when you're like picking things up, you have to go to the end and you have to wrap the noodle, and you put the noodle on the spoon and you but sometimes you wrap and you wrap and you wrap and you're like right at the end, even though like the noodles aren't up here, they're still down here, but you're wrapping and you're wrapping. These are good for rice. These are like, I would say this is more for sushi, this is more for like your takeaway, just like your rice, but this is definitely like more for sushi. But I needed something a little bigger, a little better for the amount of like noodles and soup that I eat. I'm gonna be able to literally knit noodles. Look at the, oh my knitting. Oh, what can I pick up? Can I even use them? I've never used them before. I think I've got like maybe, I got a whole bunch of them. Amazon hooks me up. I just want to see if I can use them. I mean, they're so beefy. First of all, we're gonna try an olive. We're gonna see if we can pinch an olive. I did. Well, it was so much easier holding it so far away. I'm gonna teach you another life hack. Pickles. If anybody loves pickles, but they don't like having to use a fork or getting their hands pickly. Chopsticks, oh, for pickles. Oh, and look what I do with my pickles. I always add a really spicy pepper and other like hot spicy things to jazz up my pickles. Even if I get like really, really hot ones, I always do it. Let's see. Look how easy that is. I love them. Nathan's home. I feel like we can whisk eggs with them. This is a moment.
Oh, cool, they showed up.
I did not mean to do that. He did that. I've not looked at them. Okay, we're at the last stage before tasting. We're turning it up to a rip-roaring heat. The process has only taken us maybe 3 hours. If you don't suffer with ADD and or have child that stops you every 4 seconds, it should take about 35 minutes. But it is what it is, and we're here and we've arrived. We've had like, as I always say, we did have a little journey today. We discovered new chopsticks. We saw new boots. We saw how we cook. I taught you about dairy and like, tell me what we didn't discuss today. It does not look like the same it does not look the same as when you cook it.
Let me see.
Do you want to take a little taste test to see if we need to add anything?
Looks good. It looks perfect.
Say that to the camera.
It looks nice.
No, that's not what you said.
It looks perfect.
I'm underwhelmed by the lack of spice.
I can fix that real quick.
How? Fix it. Ghost chilies. Oh, I know what will not. Yeah, let's put some dry ghost chilies in there. Do you want me to cut it up with do you want me to slice it? I can just use scissors to cut.
Give it 10 minutes and it'll be spicy.
This and 10 minutes and spice in my life. Okay, here we go. We're tasting.
Well, that's what I want to try first.
It's probably going to be really hot, so I would just take some of the broth and I wouldn't take it solid. I can do you want me to cool it down a little bit before we do this?
Good. Mushroom's really nice. Oh, now it's got some kick. That's nice. I like it.
Is it warm from working in the cold all day?
Yeah.
When? No, is it really?
No, that's good.
This is what it looks like in a bowl, which is like, what's it called when you're, we'll say it properly?
Tomga.
Tomga?
Tomga.
Tomga. I
At
made
least that's the best
today.
way I know how to say it. I am no aficionado on the Thai language.
Okay, so today we made tomga.